So in a lot of Call of Duty tip videos that people put out, they always just mention like 10 things you guys should do in order to play better, and then you watch their gameplay in the background and they're not even doing what they say. Instead, today I'm going to be telling you guys what my mindset is when I'm playing a game, going through some certain things that I do in order to get the highest streak that I currently have on, and how to just raise your KD a lot higher. I'm going to talk to you guys about all of that and hopefully make a lot more sense, and you guys can start kind of mimicking this play style and just play a lot better yourself. So if you guys could drop a like on this video, I would truly appreciate that, and it'll show me guys that you want to see more videos like this. I can get more videos like this out. Make sure to sub to the channel if you're new around here and it's your first time. Go ahead and do it. I would truly appreciate that as well. And let me know down in the comments below. Don't be embarrassed, don't be shy, and if it's super high, might as well tell me what is your KD. Let me know down in the comments below. Mine right now at the moment as it stands is the lowest it's ever been in COD. I don't want to tell you guys, but I'm gonna say it anyways. I'm at a 1.42, which to me is very embarrassing. I don't like having a KD that low. I'm always near a 2.0 and stuff like that at least. But either way, this skill-based matchmaking is a lot tougher, so you're gonna get a lot more games where you're just doing horrible. But anyways, let's get into it. What is up, guys? My name is Nick and welcome back to another Modern Warfare 2 video. Like I said, man, today we're going to be talking about certain things that I do and my play style, how I get my streaks high, and just pretty much a lot of stuff along those lines. So the first thing I want to talk about, when you first get into a game, what a lot of people like to do is they like to rush and try to get the first kill. One thing that I notice whenever I do that is I end up dying, and it's just not fun. And then when I die once, my whole play style changes. I'm gonna die again and again and again. So instead, what you should do, and what I like to do now, is I like to run towards the side of the map, towards the middle of that area, throw down a lethal so that if any enemies walk by, it's gonna pop them, whatever. I use proximity mines a lot. They work out nice, and that watches my side because there's going to be enemies trying to rush through there as well. And what I really like to do is just hold off a head glitch for a little while until some enemies try to push through. There's gonna be a lot of people trying to run through, trying to get that first blood, and that's gonna get you started on your streak. Now, one thing that a lot of people do as well is they'll sit on that head glitch, they'll get a kill or two, and then they'll continue staying on that head glitch. I don't stay in the same area. What I like to do instead is get a couple of kills. I'll stay within the same 20 meters or so, but I'll just make sure that I'm not standing exactly where I was when I killed a previous enemy, because that way, if he comes back, he's gonna try and look exactly where I was, and I won't be there. I'll be able to catch him off guard again and drop him. And one thing you really need to do, once you start getting 2 or 3 kills and you see that you're on a streak, you're almost at your UAV and stuff like that, play it a lot more slow. Don't try to rush out and get that 4th kill. A lot of times, at least what I notice in this game, when you turn around corners and stuff, the enemy is going to see you before you could see them, and that's because of latency. In Modern Warfare 2019, it was the complete opposite. Once you jumped out of a corner, you were able to see the enemy a couple of milliseconds quicker. You were able to get those first shots on and stuff, but now it's way different. You don't want to rush around those corners. Instead, play it slow, let those enemies try to rush out to you and easily drop them. So one thing that I also really want to recommend is put on streaks that are within your means. And what I mean by this is if you're not the type of player that could go on I'd say a merciless, not a bloodthirsty. If you can't go on a merciless, which is 10 kills without dying, consistently game after game after game, don't put on an advanced UAV. Chances of you unlocking that are very slim. Instead, put on streaks that are actually going to help you out a lot better. So what I would suggest is run a UAV. That's nice. Throw a missile on so you can launch it down at people. I think it's like 5 or 6 kills to get that. This way you'll get those extra kills. You'll get practice. You'll always be playing to get your streaks. Always play for streaks rather than kills. And this way, it's going to force you guys to stay alive a lot longer. It's going to force you guys to think about your actions rather than just running out like a headless chicken. So that's what I like to do at the start of the game. Just play it cool and play it slow. Another thing that you always got to be aware of is the minimap. And yes, there is no red dots on the minimap, but that doesn't matter. You shouldn't be looking at the minimap to spot enemies. Instead, you should be looking at the minimap to spot teammates. And if you see that all your teammates are on one side of the map and they killed a bunch of people recently on the kill feed, those people, those enemies are going to be spawning closer to you. They're not going to be spawning near your teammates because the spawns are going to be all messed up over there. They're going to be spawning towards you where you are empty, alone on that side of the map. So you got to know that there's going to be a lot of enemies near you. There's going to be a lot of people pushing towards you. That way you could hold off something and try to pull them out. Now, one thing I will always recommend is pre-aiming every single high intense area. And what I mean by that is if there's going to be like a lot of enemies that always run through a certain doorway or always run down the same hallway or whatever, you want to pre-aim that area before you run down there. And because of that, you'll be able to spot some enemies before. Maybe there's gonna be someone camping at the end of the hall, lying down on the floor or whatever. You could easily knock them out, get them out, and do what you got to do throughout the game. But always make sure to pre-aim no matter what. You don't want to be caught running around and stuff like that. Now, one thing I will also mention, and this is something that you can't fix. This is part of the game, but I see a lot of people complaining about this online, so I want to talk about it quickly. If you shoot first and you feel like you hit the guy with 5 or 6 bullets, but he beams you in one shot, it is not you at all. It's not you guys whatsoever. It's not because you lack skill. It's not because your aim is off. It's none of that. It's this game's netcode. The latency, the netcode, everything is completely busted in this game. I think we're playing on 12 hertz servers, which is crazy. That's we should not be on that, at least not in 2022. That is insane. But because of that, you're gonna get into a lot of gunfights where you do shoot first and you do die first no matter what. And if you look at the kill cam afterwards, you're gonna notice that the enemy did shoot you first. He saw you first, but on your screen it was the complete opposite. It's just busted. So just, if you do die like that a lot, guys, forget about it. Leave the lobby. Don't even stay in that lobby. Connection is not on your side. Even if you went on a 10 streak and then you start dying over and over and over again and now you're on a death streak, just leave. And I always tell that to people. If you join a game late, or if you join a game that's just not working in your favor, just leave. I know a lot of people get mad at that. I know a lot of people say, oh, you got to stick it through the whole entire game. No, you don't. Who are you trying to impress? You don't have to stick it through the entire game so 11 random players could have a full lobby. You don't have to do that. And I know I'm gonna get a lot of hate for saying this, but if you're in a lobby where you're shooting first and you're dying first, or you're going on a death streak because you keep spawning beside the enemies and the minute you move you get shot at, just leave. Don't stay there. It's not worth the frustration. It's not worth it at all. And that's what I do. And honestly, I don't care. Like, I play solo a lot. I rarely ever play with friends. So to me, just leaving is not a problem. I'll just get up and leave that lobby. And unfortunately, sometimes your teammates won't get another person that joins, but at the end of the day, who cares? You're never gonna see them again. And I really hate saying it like that, but it is what it is. Now, one of the most important tips I want to give you guys is actually about aim. And what I mean by this is you want to aim at the upper chest. Most gunfights I get into, I try to aim at the upper chest. Sometimes I'll shoot the legs and stuff. I mean, it does happen, obviously, but most gunfights I get into, I shoot at the upper chest. And the reason for this is because when an enemy shoots back at you, you're gonna have some kick on your gun. You're gonna start shooting and your gun's gonna kick up a bit. This way you shoot him in the head. Now, I don't remember if they took out the headshot multiplier in this game. If they did, it kind of sucks, but if they did, then you don't even have to go for headshots because it's going to do the same damage as chest anyways. And the upper chest is the biggest part of the enemy to hit, so it's the easiest for you to actually stay accurate on and definitely go ahead and knock them out. Now, how do I actually run out in the open and win a lot of my gunfights? Well, this one's kind of hard to explain. It's more like you kind of got to do it. You kind of got to know the map that you're on. You kind of got to know all that kind of stuff, but I'll explain it on Shoot House, for example. So let's say you're playing Shoot House and you're on the side of the containers. How do you run through there without dying? Well, one, you gotta know if you have teammates in that area. If you see that you have teammates in that area, chances are there's no enemies, so you could easily run through there. But what if you have no teammates there? What do you do in that situation? You want to peek that corner. You want to peek the corner, look up at that top window, see if anyone's camping there. And once you look up there, I'm just giving you an example. You could apply this to any map, guys. Once you look up there and there's no one in the window, or there is and you kill them, then you know that that spot is most likely clear. 90% of the time, there won't be another enemy up there. So then you run out a little bit and look at the top of the containers. Make sure there's no actual enemies there either. And if there is, try to get them out. After that, you can run towards the little hallway under the stairs to get up to the second building there, and just peek down there too and make sure that no one's coming. Now, one thing I would really recommend, and especially if you're playing with friends, don't push the enemy spawns. If you guys do not push the enemy spawns, the enemies will spawn there throughout the entire game. Especially if you're playing domination and that's their flag, they're gonna keep spawning there over and over again, and you could pick them off and start shooting at them over and over and over again. You guys don't have to worry about that. That's kind of my playstyle. Take it slow. Don't rush out like a headless chicken. Hold head glitches if you have to, and if the lobby really isn't working in your favor, guys, just get out of there. That's it for the video. That's what I wanted to talk about. I didn't lay out any tips or anything like that, but just kind of my thought process of how I play my games. Like I said, play it slow, go after people, pre-aim everything, use a lot of head glitches. Who cares what people say? And if the lobby's not working, peace. Alright guys, thank you for watching. If you could drop a like on this video, I would truly appreciate that. Sub to the channel with those notifications turned on, guys. We're close to 700k. I mean, that's pretty insane. If we could do that, that would be awesome. And let me know your KDs down in the comments below. Now last but not least, if you made it this far into the video, comment I have a 1.99 KDs, just so I can see who actually made it this far. Thank you guys for watching. My name is Nick, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.